the Justice Department has been saying something rather curious about the banks recently. The head of their criminal division is Lanny Brewer, and he had recently told Frontline in a documentary, quote, "But in any given case, I think I and prosecutors around the country, being responsible, should speak to regulators, should speak to experts, because if I bring a case against institution A, and the result of bringing that case, there's some huge economic effect. If it creates a ripple effect so that suddenly counterparties and other financial institutions or other companies that had nothing to do with this are affected badly, it's a factor we need to know and understand." So in other words, they are too big to jail. If an expert comes in, Tim Geithner, and tells me, hey, look, this will cause a ripple effect and it will hurt the global economy, if you do your job and you arrest bankers who are doing criminal fraud or criminal money laundering, as HSBC did, well, that could hurt the economy. So back down. Do not do your job. Well, interesting. So Eric Holder went in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee yesterday, and they asked him about that. The same Eric Holder who earlier was saying, yeah, I could drop a drone on you if you're a regular citizen. I don't need a trial, stinking trials. I don't need them, right? I can just execute you. But when it comes to the bankers, this is what he said instead.
I am concerned that the size of some of these institutions becomes so large that it does become difficult for us to prosecute them when we are hit with indications that if you do prosecute, if you do bring a criminal charge, it will have a negative impact on the national economy, perhaps even the world economy. And I think that is a function of the fact that some of these institutions have become too large.
Amazing. In actual Senate testimony, he says, well, yeah, okay, they're too large, but what can we do? So it'll hurt the global economy, so we're not going to do our job. Get out of jail free card. Here you go. Use it anytime you like. Not only did we not prosecute you for past crimes, we're telling you right here in public, we're not going to prosecute you for future crimes. Have at it, hoss. Now, do they feel the same way about regular citizens? Well, it's interesting because Eric Holder was also asked about Aaron Swartz. Remember, they pursued the case against him. He didn't even violate the law. They claim he violated a term of service contract in a private contract he had, that he downloaded documents too fast. You know, he didn't even make them public. So his main crime was downloading documents too fast. They threatened to give him 35 years in jail. Do you think that was appropriate, Attorney General Holder?
Does it strike you as odd that the government would indict someone for crimes that would carry penalties of up to 35 years in prison and $1 million fines, and then offer them a 3 or 4 month prison sentence?
Well, I think that's a good use of prosecutorial discretion to look at the conduct, regardless of what the statutory maximums were, and to fashion a sentence that was consistent with what the nature of the conduct was. And I think that what those prosecutors did in offering 3, 4, 0 to 6 was consistent with that conduct.
So you don't consider this a case of prosecutorial overreach or misconduct?
No, I don't look at what necessarily was charged as much as what was offered in terms of how the case might have been resolved.
Isn't that amazing? No, it was good prosecutorial discretion to charge a guy who didn't even actually break the law with a possible 35-year sentence. And at the same time, on the same day, he just said, I won't prosecute any bankers. Remember, HSBC did money laundering for the Mexican drug cartels. They did money laundering for Al-Qaeda. You can do money laundering for Al-Qaeda as long as you're a top banker. You are free to go, and that is brilliant prosecutorial discretion. But if you're an average citizen and you download documents a little too fast and we call you a hacktivist, well, we can put you in jail for 35 years. Well, he says, well, we probably would have put him in for less. Well, are you not merciful? You see, that right there is a perfect microcosm of what's wrong with our justice system, because we don't have one. It's two totally different systems. No justice for us, and the bankers get whatever they want. And our Attorney General, our top law enforcement officer, goes out and tells the senators of this country, I will not prosecute the bankers.